look at the 6 irregular polygons in the grid. Can you guess which 2 shapes have the same area? Each square in the grid has a length of 1 centimeter. Now calculate and write the area of each polygon in the space provided below the grid. So guys, I want to remind you, if you weren't in class the other night, okay, go back and watch that video. Mr. Hugo's put the link to get onto YouTube so that you can go check it out there, all right? But I want to remind you that when we're thinking of perimeter, okay, so when we're thinking of perimeter, there's a certain special friend I have. Tell me in the chat. Who am I thinking of when I'm thinking of perimeter? Those people who were in class the other day. What am I thinking of for perimeter, guys? What am I thinking of for perimeter? Who am I thinking of? P for what? P for perimeter? P for? All right. I see Mulalo's got her hand up. Mulalo, maybe you can tell us because no one's telling us here in the chat. Right, Mulalo. What do I always say? What does P remind me of?
P to the end.
Thank you, Mulalo. Thank you so much. Awesome. Okay, so Mulalo is right. All right. When I'm thinking perimeter, I'm thinking of my buddy P to the ants. Okay, you guys were so good the other day. You didn't even laugh at my drawings. So here we go again. Hopefully that kind of looks like an ant. I don't know. All right, little P to the ants. He looks a little bit creepy today. Okay, so let's give him more legs. Okay, P to the ants. All right, so I've got little P to the ants. Okay, and if I had a swimming pool, all right, and that swimming pool was filled with water. All right, so here's my swimming pool. Here I'm filling it in with some water. La, 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 la. Okay, swimming pool filled with water. All right, and if I had little Peter and he was standing on the edge over here, okay, how could he get around to the other side? All right, can Peter the ant, can he jump inside of water? No, because what will happen to Peter if he jumps in the water, guys? He will drown, hey? Peter the ant will drown. Okay, good. All right, so what happens instead? Okay, so if we've got Peter the ant, and they want me to calculate perimeter, there's my Peter the ant, he's standing over there. Okay, and I'm calculating perimeter, P, perimeter, P, perimeter, P, Peter, P, perimeter, P, Peter, okay? It means we must go on the outside, good. So, if I was having to look at this shape, and this shape was like a square, all right, and I said that this length was a side, a side, a side, and a side, then when I go and I add those all up, I would say P for perimeter is equal to side plus side plus side plus side. Or I could say it's equal to 4 sides. Okay, so P to the ant, perimeter, that's a square, all right? I'm looking at my sides. I've got 4 sides. Side plus side plus side plus side equals 4 sides. Or, just like Mulalo's told us in the chat, you can also say 4 times S, which is the same thing. All right, P to the ant, perimeter, P to the ant, perimeter, P to the ant, perimeter. All right, now we're going to go look at area today. So if I was looking at area, okay, if I was looking at area, now I've got the same shape. All right, I'll bring these notes back up for you just now so you can make some notes if you need to. So here we go. I'm going to have the same shape again. Okay. Here he is. There's my square swimming pool. I'm going to color him in, put some blue. All right, so there's my square swimming pool. It's filled with water. Okay. All right, and I go and I draw Peter in this corner here. Okay. Now they've asked me to calculate the area. Okay. Now they've gone and they've asked me to calculate the area. So remember, this was a side, 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 and a side. All right. Area. Peter the ant, Peter the ant, Peter the ant, perimeter, Peter, perimeter, Peter, perimeter. So that was the outside, hey, because he had to walk on the outside. But when I've got area now, that's got nothing to do with P and Peter, okay? Area means it's going to be on the inside. So we did perimeter. Perimeter was walking around the outside because I had Peter the ant, okay? And now I've got area, okay? So now I'm looking at the inside. Guys, what happens when Peter goes on the inside? You told me just now, he drowns, hey? He drowns. So what will happen to Peter? He will be dead, no more. Okay, so he's going to be on the inside. He dies. He's going to be dead. No more. No more Peter the ant. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that for area, I'm going to have the side. Okay, and to show that Peter's dead, the cross and the side. No more Peter. Shame. All right, so that's one way to say it. You can say side times side, or you can say side squared. All right, but side times side, it's the same thing. Okay, I'll make that a bit smaller in case there's anybody who wants to take those two down. All right, so those were for our squares. We're going to have a look just now. We're going to make a nice summary of squares and rectangles. But for now, all right, I want you to remember Peter the ant outside. All right, what happens when they want the area? Area will be on the inside. What happens when Peter goes on the inside? He will die. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to times. Right. Okay. Just a reminder, if you do have a question, please make sure you put it in the chat. Okay, make sure you put it in the chat as well. All right, guys. I am going to come back to this page if anyone needs me to. Hopefully you've got that written down nicely for your notes. Let's go have a look at our exercise now. So for this one, it said to me, okay, we're going to look at the polygons on the grid and we're going to guess which two have the same area. I don't like guessing. This is maths. We're going to do the maths, okay? Each square has a grid, in the grid has a side length of 1 centimeter. All right, now calculate and write the area of each polygon in the space provided. So let's start and look at 1.1 together. All right, let's start and look at 1.1. So we can't really see this nice and clearly. So I'm going to go highlight it for you for 1.1. He's there, 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 and there. So they've said to me that each of those squares has a length of 1, was it centimeter? Of 1 centimeter. Okay, so one square has a length of 1 centimeter. So can I calculate what the area of one square will be, guys? The area will be equal to the side times the side. And they told me that the side was equal to 1. So 1 times 1 equals 1 centimeter squared. In other words, each one of those blocks is 1 centimeter squared. Okay, so we're starting off nice and easy. Each one of those blocks is 1 centimeter squared. I want you to have a look at those first 3. I'm going to go highlight the other 2 for you so you can have a look. All right, there's my next one. And my last one is that one over there. Okay, I want you guys to go and have a look at that for me. All right, I want you to go and see if you can calculate for those first 3 what you think the area will be. If each square has an area of 1 centimeter squared, all right, then what's the total area going to be for each of those blocks? And while you're calculating, I'm going to answer. I see Amishle, you have your hand up. Amishle, what's your question, my love?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Amishle. How are you?
I'm good, and you, ma'am?
I'm good. What's up?
Ma'am, may you please scroll back to the note about area, ma'am?
back to the note. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to come back to this page now, guys. I'm just going to go see which question Amishle had a question on. Yes, what's up with this page, Amishle? That one.
Yes, ma'am, that one.
Okay, what's up?
So ma'am, so where it says area equals S times S, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, at my school, ma'am, we say what we do to calculate area, ma'am, is we say area equals length times breadth, ma'am.
Yeah, same thing. So we can call this a length.
Yeah.
And we can call this a breadth. Same. We just said sides because it was a square, that's all. But it's same, length times breadth, same.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right. We're going back here. Okay, guys. So I'm going to give you 1 more minute. Or let's give you 2 more minutes to be fair. Hey, Mr. Hugo, 1 minute might be a bit unfair. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 more minutes to have a look at those.
Yeah, I think this semester is only just about to get started. Let's not be too hasty.
Absolutely, Mr. Hugo, absolutely. Some of us look a bit tired as well in the pics, hey, today. Looks like someone's sleeping in their bed in the one picture. What else we got going on here? Oh, there's lots of people doing maths there. I like it. I saw someone walking around outside just now in the pictures. All right. Now you have 1 more minute left. Now you've got 1 more minute left. Okay, let's go and have a look. So, let us go to Miss Mulalo. Hi, Mulalo. Can you unmute yourself? Do you want to give us the answer? Oh dear, I don't know why unmute's not working, Mulalo. All right, should I come back to you? I'll come back to you. Okay, I'm not sure why it's not working. All right, let's go to Ramsey.
Yes.
Hi, Ramsey.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good, thanks. Right, Ramsey, 1.1. What was the area? What did you calculate as the area?
I got 20, ma'am.
You got 20. Okay, let's go do it together. You ready? So they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got 14.
Yes, ma'am.
Whoa, careful. Okay, so remember, we can calculate this by working out what the area of 1 square was. What was the area of 1 squared? It was
1
okay?
centimeter. Yes, ma'am.
That's it. So then I went and calculated how many squares I've got. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this one's going to be 40 centimeters squared.
Yes,
Nice and easy, hey?
yes,
Awesome.
ma'am.
Thanks, Ramsey. All right. Mulalo, I'm coming back to you to see if your unmute's working. Mulalo, you with me? Hi, Mulalo.
Hi, ma'am.
Oh, there we go. Mulalo, 1.2. What did you get for the area?
I got 11 centimeters.
Let's go see. So I've got 1. I'm going to ignore these half of ones for now because those are kind of hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Then I've got 8.5, 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5, 11. Well done. 11 centimeters squared. Thanks, Mulalo. All right, Lungawa. Hi, Lungawa.
Hi, ma'am.
Talk to me, Lungawa. What about 1.3? What did you get?
I got 10.
Let's go calculate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I agree with you. What happens here? This line goes all the way up to that line, okay? And if we go and we work out how much of each is in there, I completely agree. You will get 10 centimeters squared. Happy with that. Thanks, Lungawa.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye. All right, so that's our first 3, everybody. I am going to ask you all to lower your hands. Okay, and we're going to have a look at the next 3. So we're going to do the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Okay, but now I want to make it a little bit more challenging for you. So I want to make it a little bit more challenging now. I want to go tell you that the length of each side of the square, so the length of each of the sides of the squares is now 2 centimeters. Now 2 centimeters. So the length of one side of the square is now 2 centimeters. It's not 1 anymore. It's 2 centimeters. Okay, so think about the last question that we did, the steps that we did first, all right? And then I want you to go and have a look for these shapes and calculate the area for me if the length of one of the squares is 2 centimeters. Okay, the length of one of the squares is going to be 2 centimeters for this one. All right. I want you to go and try those for me. Okay, the length of one of the squares is 2 centimeters. All right, I'm going to give you 3 minutes to go do those ones. 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes to go do those. Just a hint to everybody. The first thing you need to do is you need to work out what the area of one of the squares is. The area of one of the squares. Okay, so I gave you a nice hint there. I hope you're using it. You're calculating what the area of one of the squares are first. If the length of the side is 2 centimeters, what's the area of one of the squares first? And then you're carrying on. Right, you've got 1 more minute. You've got 1 more minute. Right, you've got 1 more minute. Okay. All right. So let us start with Shandy. Hi, Shandy.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you, Shandy? How are you?
I'm good. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. Right, let's go calculate the area. So if the length of one of the sides was 2 centimeters squared, and area equals side times side, what's the area of the block?
Ma'am, I got 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. Ma'am, 10 centimeters.
Okay, so you went and calculated it straight away. Okay, let's just make sure first that we do this part first. So we want to calculate what the area of one of the squares are here. Okay, so we said length of side equals 2 centimeters. So the area is going to be side times side. So 2 times 2, which is going to give me 4 centimeters squared, hey? So that's what one of the blocks is. We must be careful. Can you see how they can trick us, hey? Into thinking that it's 2. Ah! Do you want to go recalculate quickly for me?
Please.
You go recalculate so
Yes,
long.
ma'am.
Okay, cool. All right. So I'm going to do the first one for you guys. I know I see some more hands up. I promise I'll get these you guys, okay? So if I'm looking at this, okay, this is a weird shape. All right, but I've got one hole here, 2 holes, okay? Then I've got a half, so 2.5. Then I've got another half, 3.5. Then I've got this shape on the top here. So it's 2 more halves here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, because those are both halves. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. Our screen's going weird again. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, so those are both halves. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if I'm looking at this shape over here, again, what's it giving me? It's giving me 2 blocks because that's got a tiny bit in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6. So I get 6. No, what am I saying? What am I saying, guys? I'm losing my mind here. So I see that I've got 6 blocks. Okay, I'm going to calculate again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6 blocks times by 4 gives me 24 centimeters squared. So for that first one, I had 24 centimeters squared. Okay, how did I do it again? First, I worked out that each block was 4 centimeters squared. Then I calculated how many squares I had, and I said 6 times 4. All right, so we're looking at 1.5. We're looking at 1.5. So let's go with let's go with Brianna. Hi, Brianna.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm good, and you, ma'am?
Good, thanks. Right, Brianna, let's go. Are you ready for 1.5?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, talk to me. How many squares did you calculate?
Ma'am, as I calculated, those half squares, I made them into 1 square, so it's 2 centimeters. So the total is 18 centimeters squared.
Well done. I like the way you did that. I probably would have done that as well. It makes your life so much easier. Hey, well done. So Brianna did the following. She said, this one is 4, this one is 4, this one is 4, and this one is 4. Then each of these are halves. So this is going to be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Well done. So she had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20. I have 30. I get 36. I get 36 centimeters, but let's go check. All right, let's go check. So if we're looking at this, okay, I'm going to go add them quickly. So I've got 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks. So 4 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 halves. So 10 times by a half gives me 5. And I need to multiply that by 4. So 4 plus 5 gives me 9, and 9 times 4 gives me 36 centimeters squared.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Does it make sense?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Well done, Brianna. Thank you for helping me, though. All right. And my last person I've got a hand up here, I'm going to go Mpo. Hi, Mpo.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm fine and thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Right, and Paul, let's go calculate together for 1.6. How many squares did you calculate?
I calculated 19 centimeters squared.
Okay, let's go see. You ready? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 whole squares. Then I've got a half and a half, so that gives me 9. And these two squares together will give me 10, hey? So I'm going to say 10 times by 4, and 10 times by 4 gives me, I get
40.
20. Oh, what am I saying? 40. You are right. My goodness, what's happening with my maths tonight? 40.
Yes, ma'am.
40 centimeters squared. Hey, well done. Do you see where you made your mistake?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Well done. Thank you for helping me. Awesome. All right, guys. So there we saw what happens if we have 1 centimeter squared and what happens if we have 2 centimeters squared. Okay. Sishle is saying, ma'am, why are we multiplying by 4? Because each block, Sishle, when we calculated it, each block was 4 centimeters squared. So we're working out how many blocks do we have, and then we're timesing it by the 4 to get our answer. All right, let's move down on our worksheet. So we already answered that part of the worksheet. We answered that part of the worksheet, and that comes to the end. Okay, so let's go make some notes for ourselves, like I promised. All right, before we move on to this next worksheet. Okay, I said to you, let's make some notes on squares and rectangles. All right, and how we're going to do area and how we're going to do perimeter. Okay, so you can keep the same piece of paper that you're going to use now for all the shapes that we're going to do, because we're going to do some more shapes again on Wednesday. But for today, all right, for today, I need to draw a table. I'm going to have a table that's going to have my shape, my area, and my perimeter. All right, and then I'm going to start with my square and my rectangle for today. So you can start by drawing yourself a nice table with your ruler. All right, these blocks are going to be nice and big because we're going to have big blocks here. We're going to give ourselves some examples. So kind of like that. Okay, while you're drawing out your table, all right, I'm going to go full in some labels here. So I'm going to call this perimeter, P, and I'm going to call this area, A. Okay, and you guys keep going. I'm going to draw in my shapes so long as well. All right. So here we go. We're making some nice notes together again tonight. I know you guys love it when we do our notes. Okay, I know loads of people have said that this really helps them when they were preparing for their test to have their notes. So there we go. Oh no. What happened to our shape? A little weird. Okay, we'll just do that. And let's draw another one. Right. Okay, and draw a rectangle. There we go. All right, so there's a nice little table for you. Okay, you're going to draw your table in. Oh, yeah. What happened to my whole drawing? Oh, no. Oh, there we go. This is my square. And this is A. Okay, and like I said to you, on Wednesday night in our lesson, we might add some more shapes in here. Okay, so we might add some more shapes in here. All right. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you 1 more minute. All right. Okay, so let's go have a look at this table. So I'm going to start with the square, and I'm going to draw some things on it so that we can do some revision here as well. So in my square, I know it's a square because it's got a right angle, first of all. I also know it's a square because they tell me that all the sides are equal. All right. And you can either call the sides length and breadth exactly the same, or you can say that this is a side. Okay. So if we're looking at the square, guys, if we're looking at the square and we want to calculate the perimeter of the square, well, the first thing we would say is perimeter is equal to 4 times by the sides. So that's one way to do it, 4 times by the sides. Or we could say, all right, or we could say if we were trying to stick to Peter the Ant, if we were sticking to Peter the Ant and we don't want to confuse ourselves in the test or exam, side plus side plus side plus side, which is the same thing as seeing 4 sides. Okay, same thing. All right. If we're looking at area, well, our formula for area is going to be equal to, earlier on we said that for area, when we're thinking of area, we're forgetting about Peter the Ant, because if Peter the Ant had to get inside the water, Peter the Ant will be dead. So it's going to be side times by side, or you can say side squared. All right, so if we have an example here, if we go say that the side is equal to, let's say it's 3 centimeters, then I'm going to go say, example, perimeter equals, so I can either say 3, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, all right? Or I can say, which is equal to 12 centimeters, or I could have said 4 times by 3, which also gives me 12. Right? If we go full in the area, so I can say example, area equals 3 times 3, or I could say 3 squared, same thing. And 3 times 3 gives me 9 centimeters, and we must remember when we do area, it needs to be squared. Okay, so while you're writing that, I see I've got a hand up from Amishle. Hi, Amishle.
Hi, ma'am.
What's up, Amishle?
Ma'am, may I please go back to the activity that we just did, ma'am? I have a question on 1.1, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Can we go back to it when we finish making this note, and then I'll go back to it after that? Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. All right. So let's go do the rectangle, and then I'm going to go back to answer Amishle's question, and then we'll carry on with our last worksheet. So for the rectangle, going over what we remember, for the rectangle, we've got a right angle, and we know that the opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. So for the rectangle now, we're going to look at this side being the length, and this side being the Okay, but does it matter if you say the one side's the breadth and the other side's the length? Not really. All right. So we start with perimeter, and we're going to have p to the nth, so we're going to have b plus l plus b plus l, or you could say 2b's plus 2l's. All right, so 2 breadths and 2 lengths. Okay, or some teachers even say 2 times by the breadth plus the length. Any of those would be right. So you could write any of those and it would be correct. For the area of a rectangle, the area is going to be equal to the breadth times by the length, or that looks weird because we always say length times by breadth. Hey, let's fix it. We can say length times by breadth. Doesn't matter which way you say it, it's the same thing. Length times by breadth. So if we were looking at our example now, let's say, for example, our breadth was equal to 4 centimeters, and let's say our length was equal to 7 centimeters. Okay, so I've got perimeter equals 2 times by 4 plus 7. 4 plus 7 gives me 11, and 11 times by 2 gives me 22 centimeters. All right. Could you also go and say 4 plus 7 plus 4 plus 7? Yes, it'll also give you 22. All right. And for my last one, G, area equals 4 times by 7. 4 times 7 gives me 28 centimeters squared. All right. So while you're writing that, I'm going to go answer Amiyoli. Did I say that right? Hi.
Hello.
How are you? Did I pronounce your name correctly, my love? Oh, you unmuted. There we go. There we go.
Yes, ma'am, you did pronounce my name right.
Awesome. Okay, talk to me. What's your question?
You see, at the top where you said 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 120. Do you have to always put 2
Oh,
at the
I made a
top?
mistake. It needs to be 12 centimeters. Whoopsie, not squared. Whoops, was a mistake. 12 centimeters. Apologies. Thank you for Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. You're welcome. All right. Lungawa, what's up?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
You see, there by perimeter, there by the square. I
Yeah.
really don't understand that part, ma'am.
Which one? Were you calculating the perimeter of the square?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so remember, perimeter means you need to go around the outside, hey? Okay, so how many sides are in a square?
4 sides.
4 sides. So if I'm walking around the outside, how many sides am I going to go past? I'm going to go past
4.
4, hey? And if I say 4 times by, what's the side equal to? It's equal to 3, hey?
3.
So 4 times by 3 gives me 12.
12.
Another way to do it, imagine you're walking with a tape measure, okay? You start on the corner, you p to the nth. He walks from this side, see? He walks from here to here, the red dots. How many centimeters is he passing through? He's passing through 3, hey?
3.
Plus, then he's going to walk from there to there. How many centimeters has he walked now in total? 3 plus 3 gives him
6.
6. Then he's walking from that point to that point. How many centimeters has he walked in total?
12.
12, exactly. And then he needs to get all the way back to this original point over there. So plus another 3 will give you? Oh, wait.
24.
3 plus 3 gives me 6. 6 plus 3 gives me 9. And 9 plus 3 gives me
27. 12.
Whoopsie. Okay. All right. You got this. You got this. Don't let it confuse you. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Cool.
Thanks.
All right. Okay, guys. Hopefully you have this note nicely written out. If you didn't have time to get the whole note written out, you can always take a screenshot. So it's a great time to practice those screenshot skills of yours. All right. And then you have a beautiful note to put above your bed. So somebody saying to me, but 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 20, not 45. So that's one of the students is saying that to me. These are not fives, they are S's. So they sides. Side plus side plus side plus side equals 4 sides. That's what we've got written there. All right. And then for our example, we said the side was equal to 3. All right. So we're going to go back to this worksheet quickly because Amishle had a question. So, right, Amishle, talk to me. Which question do you have?
Ma'am, so for number 1.1, ma'am,
Yep.
so you see where the top square is, ma'am.
Yep.
So, ma'am, at school, ma'am, so my teacher tells us that we should like make like a with the square ends, ma'am. We make
Yeah.
like a dotted line and first calculate that, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's
Because
making you calculate the area of all the different. So we are going to do that. We're going to do that on Wednesday. But today we were doing it just based on, because it was on a grid. I'm just going to mute you here. Because it was on a grid for today, we could calculate what the area of one block was, and then we could add them all up. That's why we did it that way today. But when we do it on Wednesday, I agree with you. I know what you're saying. You're saying to me that your teacher makes you go and she makes you split this shape up. Okay, so I'm just going to change the color of my pen to something else quick. So she makes you split it up and you can see that it's 2 different shapes. All right, and then you calculate the area of one shape and you calculate the area of another shape. So you'll get the exact same answer initially. Okay. All right, so let us carry on. And we are on our last worksheet for tonight. It says, calculate the area of each square tile below. Okay, so first I want you to go calculate the area. I don't want you to look at what it says next. All right, so first you're going to calculate the area of each square tile below. Okay, I'm giving you 2 minutes to go do that for me. They're all squares. They are all squares. All right, calculate the area of those squares for me, guys. Calculate the area of those squares for me, everybody. All right. So let's go have a look together. For my first square, I can say area equals side times side. So 15 times by 15. And I know that you guys definitely didn't use your calculators. You definitely all did it in your heads. You got 225 millimeters. And because it's area, they're going to be squared. Okay. For my next shape, I've got area equals side times side. So 0,5 times by 0,5. And 0,5 times 0,5 gives me 0,25 centimeters. Sorry, and this time it's meters squared. Right. And for the last one, I've got 852. 852. So area is give ourselves some more space here so that we can write nicely. Oh dear. Sorry, everybody. So, area equals side times side. So 852 times 852 equals 852 times 852. Yo, this is a big one. Okay. 725,904 millimeters. Oh, thanks, Mulalo. I didn't see your answer there before I calculated it, but thank you, my love. Thank you for helping me out. All right, so now we've calculated the area of each of those tiles below. Now what we want to go do is, what if we wanted to convert that to centimeters squared? What if we want to convert that to centimeters squared? So if we're looking at, remember what we did on Wednesday night? On Wednesday night, we said 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. Then we said to ourselves, what do we want to do? All right, we want to square that side. Whatever we do to that side, we must do to that side. Okay, mirror. Good. Well done, guys. A mirror. So 1 times 1 gives me 1 centimeter squared. And 10 times 10 will give me 100 millimeters squared. So in other words, there's 100 millimeters squared in 1 centimeter squared. Okay. If you can't remember this or you're still unsure, go back to our answer from Monday night. Go back to our answer from Monday. Our lesson, sorry, not Monday, from last week, Wednesday. Apologies. Mr. Hugo put it in the chat earlier. He sent you guys the link to the lessons. Okay, go back to that lesson, watch the video, make sure you understand. All right, so if I've got this over here and it said that area was equal to 225 millimeters squared, and I wanted to convert that into our centimeters squared, I divide that by 100 and it gives me 2,25 centimeters squared. 2,25 centimeters squared. So we had to divide by 100. Okay. Why are we not dividing by 10? Because it's millimeters squared. So we had to go work out what are millimeters squared to centimeters squared. We went and we saw that 1 centimeter squared equals 10 millimeters. So 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters, but 1 centimeter squared equals 100 millimeters squared. So what do we need to do? We need to divide by 100. Be careful, not 10. All right. Let's go have a look at meters. So if we have our meters now, we can say to ourselves, right, that 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. So 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. But I don't want meters. What do I want? I want to square both sides. So on this side, I square it. Whatever I do to that side, I must do to this side. So 1 times 1 gives me 1 meter squared. And 100 times 100 will give me 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeters squared. So in 1 meter squared, there's 10,000 centimeters squared. Okay. In 1 meter squared, there's 10,000 centimeters squared. So if we go back here, okay, so we had 0,25 meters squared, and if I want to make that into our centimeters squared, I'm going to times that by 10,000. So I need to move the comma 4 times. Okay, I need to move 0.25 4 times. So just so that you guys can see where I'm going here. All right, I'm looking at this here, sorry. So 0.25 times by 10,000. All right, I'm going to do it on my calculator just to make sure that I'm right. All right, because like you guys said, oh my goodness, it's Monday, hey? Equals 2,500 centimeters squared. All right. Okay. And lastly, if I have millimeters and I'm converting that to centimeters, what did we see just now? We need to divide by 100. So if I divide by 100, I'm going to get 725.9,04 centimeters squared. All right, guys. So I see, Molalo, you still have your hand up. I'm going to answer your question now. I'm going to ask Mr. Hugo if he can put the poll up for us tonight. So Mr. Hugo is going to put the poll up for you, and I'm going to answer these questions. If you don't have any questions, before you leave the lesson, please make sure you go and you answer the poll. Okay, once you've answered the poll, we will see you guys on Wednesday. Thanks so much, guys. All right. Mulalo. Hi, Mulalo. What's up?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, what's up?
I wanted to ask you to go back to the other one where you were calculating the perimeter and the area.
Sure.
I
In the
wanted
notes.
to screenshot
This
it.
one.
Okay.
Of
Yes.
course. There you go. No problem. There you go.
Thank you.
No problem, Mulalo. Okay, Retabile. Hi, Retabile.
Hi, ma'am.
Did you have a question, my love?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, may you please go back to the part where we were drawing the shapes?
Sure, we were drawing the shapes. Not this one that I've got on the screen, hey? No,
No, ma'am, before that.
not that one. Before this one, okay. Not this one?
No,
This one.
ma'am. Wait. No, ma'am, before.
Before this
Yes,
one.
ma'am.
This one.
Ma'am, this one.
Okay.
Ma'am, may you please
Yeah.
go down?
Can I go down?
Thank
Sure. You're
No,
welcome.
ma'am.
No problem. Yeah.
Ma'am, please go back.
Go back. This way. Am I in the wrong place?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Back
talk
to
to
the
me, Retabile.
shapes.
Okay, back
Ma'am.
to the shape.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's go through the whole thing. Right, this was the first page. So not this page,
Yes.
okay?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. That one. This
This
one,
one.
ma'am.
Okay, there we
Yes,
go.
ma'am.
Okay, what's up? Do you have a
Uh,
question? Okay, yes?
Ma'am, I was asking, ma'am, how did we get ma'am, by the yellow part at the bottom there where it says 10 times 4, ma'am, how do we get
Yeah.
like the way we did the dots, ma'am? I don't understand.
How do we do the dots? Okay, let's go see. Let's go see. How do we go add up these dots? Let's go see.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to go erase the dots quickly. I'm going to erase the whole shape so we can see it properly. Okay, so I'm going to go highlight them again for us. So I've got there, half there. I've got one over there, and there. Okay, are you ready?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I've got 1 block, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, 1, 2, 3,
Yes,
4,
ma'am.
5, 6, 7, 8. All right. This and this little bit here and this little bit here, those are both halves, hey?
Yes,
So I've got
ma'am.
8, so now I've got 9. And then in this block here, if we look at these 2 little triangles on the side, if we add those 2 triangles up and we flip them around, this will give us one whole triangle, one whole square. So let's go add again.
Yes, ma'am.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times by 4 equals 40 centimeters squared. It was a tricky shape. I think that's why. Does it
Thank
make
you,
sense?
ma'am.
You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am.